should not be here.
Hey guys, Jorge here from GamePlay.com, taking a look at Infinity Blade 2, developed by Chair, only available on the iPhone and iPad. Very cool game. It's the sequel to the first Infinity Blade. Chair is kind of these small studio owned by Epic Games. This game uses the Unreal Engine. So the first thing you're gonna notice when you first boot up the game is that it is incredibly gorgeous for an iPhone game. Probably the best looking game you'll see there on the market. And kind of surprising at first when you play it. It's just the cinematics and the voiceovers this time around. They're really kind of pushing the envelope as to see what an iPhone game or even what a mobile game can do. The thing that makes Infinity Blade better than most kind of like fake sword action games is that it's a sword and shield game, and basically whatever you swipe on the screen he mimics it the same way. So when you encounter new bosses and new enemies, their trick is always going to be to block and to parry and just trying to get the best combo and counter to squeeze them and finally finish them off. The game also has an extensive loot feature. So there's a ton of armor, ton of weapons. It also has branching paths, so you can probably keep playing this game until Infinity Blade 3. Just because the setup for the game is you're the hero from the first game, your name's Cirrus. They just kind of made that name up since you didn't have a name in the first game. They just kind of said, hey, you're Cirrus now, go for it. And basically what happens here is you're trying to take over this castle and you have to defeat these devil, god, king things. The story you can kind of hit or miss. It's not really that much of a big deal. The game itself is fun. When it gets down to just the swords and shields clashing, that's where it wins there. One of the new additions there is now you can dual wield. So you can put two swords on your guy and then you can literally just go apeshit, and when you go swipe crazy on there, it's really cool. There's also two-handed weapons, so you can do axes or hammers and you can really devastate an opponent. The trick with that is, since the weapons are slower, you have to work a little bit more on timing. So if you're kind of like an expert Infinity Blade player, then definitely try out the two-handed weapons and try your luck that way. There's also, I mentioned earlier, there's these branching paths. So you're trying to just go through this castle and kill these kind of god king people. And you're always given a choice, either go left or right, up or down, and then you're given another choice immediately after you do that. So these branching paths have branching paths within them. So you're never gonna see everything in one playthrough. So the cool thing about this game, it does the same kind of lineage. So when you die, you'll pretty much play the game over again, what your stats carrying over. So you're pretty much playing your character's son, and so on. But it's very cool, and what I like the most about the game is just the amount of stuff that there is to do. Like after you kill a guy, he'll drop ammo, he'll drop armor, and just different pieces of equipment that you can just put on your guy, and then you'll see the changes go on as you continue and level up. And also the spell casting is really cool. You have to kind of sign with your fingers how you want to do fire. So if you want to do a fireball, you just do a circle or a W, and then he'll do the spell right there. For an iPhone game, this is about 5 to 6 hours for one playthrough. But like I said, as soon as you finish, you're going to want to play through the game again, and then this time only go right or only go left. Or instead of fighting this guy, you could have fought this guy. Very cool game. I can't express how fun it is and how crazy you look when you're on a bus or just alone, just swiping madly on the screen. I like what Chair has done. I would love to see a game like Infinity Blade kind of be translated into like an Xbox Kinect, where something like that, where swipes could easily be translated into full swinging of a sword or blocking with your hands. It's only $6.99, go for it. It's a great game. If you have an iPhone or iPad, definitely go for it. It's gorgeous, it's fun, it'll last you a while, and it's probably the best looking game you'll have on your mobile device this year. So that's it. Do what you guys normally do, go on the bottom, subscribe, like, say nice things or not nice things, whatever. But yeah, this is George, and also don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @RawGameplay, and you can follow me at JorgeX. That's it, take care, and hopefully the new year brings us some really awesome games.